of big use. Anyways, so let me start with it. So I have put together some 6 numericals, and every numerical is different in its own way. The notes will be uploaded. So this is the first numerical, which is there. You are finding there are 2 forward paths. So first forward path, this question is same, find C by R. So I will go a little fast today. By 1 5 we have to finish it. So there are 7 numericals. We will do fast. And there are different flavors in every numerical. So what is the numerical here? You are finding that this top forward path G1, G2, G3, G4, they are not touching these 2 loops. Okay, and the second forward path G5, G6, G7, G8, this is not touching these 2 loops. Okay, so there is nothing different, difficult in this. We have solved this kind of a numerical there. This top forward path was having only 1 loop, and bottom forward path was having only another one more loop. Okay, so it was a single loop with this here and single loop with this here. So this kind of numerical we have solved. It's in the same line. So P1, that is the forward path 1 is G1, G2, G3, G4. Forward path 2 is G5, G6, G7, G8. There are 4 loops very easily you can see. So this is L1 minus G2 H1. This is L2. This one is L2 actually. G3 H2 negative. This is L3, that is minus G6 H3, and this is L4, that is minus G7 H4. So up till this there was no problem. Now how many pairs of non-touching loops are there? So you are finding there are 4 non-touching loops. So when you are talking about this minus H1 G2, this is non-touching with this. So this is one pair of non-touching loop. This is another pair of non-touching loop. Okay, so this is 2 pairs of non-touching loop, that is L1 and L3. L1 L3 you are finding L1 L4. So this is L1, this is L3 L4. So L1 L3 and L1 L4. Then L2 L3 and L2 L4. So whatever are the values G3 H2 G6 H3 and all those things that you can find out from the top. So there are 4 loops, 4 individual loops, and 4 pairs of non-touching loops. And you are finding that there are 3 non-touching loop combination is not here, because you are finding 1 2. So this loop is non-touching with this 2, but these 2 loops are touching, and that, and so 3 combination of non-touching loop is not there. So what is delta? Delta is equal to 1 minus L1 L2 L2 L3 L4 plus all this 4, that is L1 L3 L1 L4 plus L2 L3 L2 L4. So these are the 4 types. So you are finding there are 9 terms in the denominator. Now how to find delta 1? So you have found P1, you have found P2. Now delta 1 and delta 2 you have to find. And for finding delta 1 and delta 2, what we will do is we will take the help of delta. So this is the most difficult part where students are getting confused. So delta 1 means whenever you are talking about P1, okay, so P1 is touching L1 and L2. You can find out. So L1 is minus G2H1 and L2 is minus G3H2. So this L1 and L2 will be 0, and that you have to substitute in this delta. So in this delta you have to substitute L1 and L2 is equal to 0. So you are finding that L1 L3, so as L1 is 0, this part will become 0. L1 L3, this part will become 0. L2 L3 L2. So whenever you are finding delta 1, what is delta 1? P1 into delta 1. So that will come at the numerator. So P1 means forward path 1, and that has to be multiplied with delta 1. How to find delta 1? So you are finding that P1 is touching L1 and L2. So in delta you substitute L1 and L2 is equal to 0. So you'll be finding only 1 minus L3 plus L4 term will remaining. Okay, Baki here also L1 is there, here also L2 is there. So this part will become 0. And initially L1 and L2 term is 0. So only 1 minus L3 plus L4 will remain. So this part delta 1 will get multiplied with P1. Okay, so what will be the term? So L3 is nothing but G6 H3 negative, and L4 is nothing but G7 H4 negative. So what will be delta 1? This will be 1 plus G6 H3 plus G7 H4. Same thing whenever you are doing for this part, below part, okay, that is P2, you are finding delta 2. So you are finding that this P2 is actually touching this loop L3 and L4, but this P2 is not touching L1 and L2. But L1 and L2 are touching each other. That means what will be delta 2? Delta 2 will be delta when L3 and L4 is equal to 0. That means in this delta, if you substitute L3 and L4 is equal to 0, so this right side term, whole term will be 0. L3, L4 will become 0. So in that case, delta 2 will be 1 minus L1 plus L2. What is L1 minus G2H1? What is L2 minus G3H2? So this delta 2 will be 1 plus G2H1 plus G2 G3H2. So delta 1 you will multiply with P1, and that will come at the numerator, plus P2 will get multiplied with delta 2, that will come at the numerator. and denominator is this 1 minus L1 L2 L3 L4 plus L1 L1 L3 L1 L4 L2 L3 and L2 L4. So all these things, if you put together, you are finding that this is the final transfer function, that is P1 delta 1. Delta 1 you have found out in the previous case, that is 1 minus L3 L4, and P2, okay, P2 delta 2. Delta 2 you have found out actually 1 minus L1 plus L2. So likewise there will be 6 terms in the numerator, and denominator will be having 9 terms. Okay, that is 1 minus all this L1 L2 L3 L4, they are negatives, so that's why all this will become positive. You are finding in this numerical there is no positive feedback, all the feedbacks are negative feedback, that's why there is no negative here. If there is positive feedback, then only there comes negative term in the denominator. As everything is negative here, everything will be positive in the denominator. So denominator is not difficult, it is 1 minus L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus L4 plus 4 pairs of non-touching loops, so that is not a problem. But numerator, there will come some 3 extra terms, okay, like this. So it is not only 1, because this forward path P1 is not touching these 2 loops, and forward path P2 is not touching this above loops. That's why there will come this 3 terms in the numerator with P2, and there will come this 3 terms in the numerator with P1. So it is not difficult, only thing is you have to understand the process. That's why more number of numerical we solve, we understand the process better. So this is actually the transfer function. Next numerical is again a little different, because what we are doing is, first I have given you a block diagram. So this is very important numerical, please mind it. Here, how to draw the signal flow graph, that is the first question. So how to draw the signal flow graph? For that, first you have to draw the forward path, okay, the main central forward path, that is this path R to C, this main forward path you have to draw, and how many nodes are there. So please concentrate how many nodes you have to show. So different books have shown some different things, don't worry about that. First thing, you have to decide how many nodes are there. So for that you have to see how many points are there from which data is taken out, or at which data is coming in. So here there are 7. So this is the first point. I'm telling you how many nodes will be there in the forward path. That is the main important thing. There, if you make mistake, everything else is gone. And signal flow graph is very easy thing, provided you know how to convert a block diagram into a signal flow graph. So this is the first point, 1 node. This is called as 2 node. Between node 2 and node 3, there will come G1. Okay, this is the third node. This is the fourth node from which Y is taken out. So I told you that from wherever you are taking out a point, or whichever point you are adding the data. So this is a point you are adding the data. So this is a node. This is the point from which you are taking out the data. So this is a node. Okay, so there is a fourth node. From this point also you are taking out the data. This is the fifth node. At this point you are adding the data. This is sixth node. And at this point you are taking 2 data out. So this is the 7th node. So first thing is you have to draw, that is from R to C. Okay, how many nodes should be there? So that is the first thing you have to understand. So wherever data is getting added, or wherever from whichever point you are taking out the data, both these points are actually a node that you have to draw in the signal flow graph. So here, this is a point where many things are getting added. First node, this is the second node, this is a third node. From this point you are taking out a data, so this will be the fourth node. From this point again you are taking out the data, fifth node. This point many things are getting added, sixth node, and this is the thing where you are taking out the data. So there are 7 nodes. Okay, and R should come to the first node, and from the 7th node you should take the C out. So below I am showing, so converting this block into transfer function, sorry, into signal flow graph. This is the main art. Okay, first thing, so you're finding from R, first thing, from R coming 1. So what is 1? 1 is this summing point 1, and then from summing point 1 to summing point 2, summing point 1 to summing point 2, they are giving E, that is the error signal, gain is 1. Okay, so this is the gain 1. Then summing point 2 to summing point 3. Okay, so summing point 2 to summing point 3, the gain is G1. That's why summing point 2 to summing point 3, in between the gain is G1. Don't worry about this E. This E is a name of the signal. This is not the gain. Y3 is also name of the signal. Y2 is also name of the signal. Y1 is name of the signal. They are not gain. Gain is given by G1, G2, G3, forward path G4, minus H2, because this H2 and this is minus, so this will be minus H2, negative feedback, and this is H1 minus, this will be minus H1. So there are four gain blocks, G1, G2, G3, G4, and there are two negative feedbacks, that is minus H1 and minus H2. So don't confuse E, Y3, Y2, Y1. They are not the gains. They are the name of the signals. You can totally exclude them or don't write them in the signal flow graph. So first thing you have to understand is how many nodes are there. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 nodes. Between 2 and 3 there is G1. It is there. You are finding. Between 3 and 4 there is G2. So between 3 and 4, sorry, this is not 4. This is 3 and this is 4. Okay, takeoff point. So there is 1 here. This is 1. So between 3 and 4 there is 1. Between 4 and 5. Okay, so between these 2 points, okay, there is one another gain G2. So 4 and 5 there is another gain G2. So between 5 and 6 there is G3. So between Y1 and the summing point there is G3. It is there. And between 6 and 7 there is nothing. The first job is to make or construct the forward path properly and draw this links small enough. What you do is first few links you draw very big in the diagram and फिर right side में जगह नहीं रहता है. So first you have to understand how many nodes. So that's why this is the flow. First I have shown you the diagram. I have calculated how many nodes. Then I have shown that there are 7 nodes to be drawn. So whatever is the width of your page, divide equally that thing into 7 nodes. So this will be the first. So this is not a node. This is the R input, and this is also not a node. This is C. Okay, so this first node and last node, they are not in the circuit. In the system, there are actually 7 nodes. It starts from this 1 and it goes up to this 7. So this is a very important part that you have to understand. And then connect. Then connect. What you are finding is from this node 7 and to 1, there is coming a unity feedback. So from this 7 to node 1, there is coming a unity feedback, and it's a negative feedback. So this is minus 1. So from this 7 to 1, there is coming a negative feedback like this. Okay, and then you can see 6. Okay, and so 1, 2, 3, 4. So from 4 to 6, there is going G4. So from here 4 to 6, there is going G4. So you can number the nodes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will be better. Then 2 is receiving a negative feedback of minus H1, and that is coming from 5. So this is node 5. This is node 6, this is node 7. So from 5 to second, there is coming minus H1. So you're finding the same 5 to 2, 5 to second, there is coming minus H1. Then you're finding that from 7 to 3, okay, from 7 to 3, there is coming minus H2. So you're finding this 7 to 3, they are coming minus H2. And whenever this kind of cross is there, so minus H1, minus H2, this is not touching. Very important thing you have to understand, this is not touching. If you are touching them, the whole numerical result becomes different. So they're crossing each other, but they're not touching. Whenever they're touching, a node is drawn. Okay, so this node is drawn means this is touching. Here it is not touching. And lastly, from 4 to 6, there is a G4. So from 4 to 6, there is a G4. So constructing this signal flow graph from block diagram, this is a real art. Okay, so first thing you have to find out how many nodes are there. So in this case, wherever the points are getting added or from whichever thing you are taking out the point, that is actually the node. So such 7 points are there. That's why the first you have to draw the central line, 7 points, and then you just keep on number them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is C, this is the output, this is R, this is the input. We are supposed to find C by R, and then you just keep on connecting from which node the feedback is coming, from which node forward gain is there. All these things you can find out. So after you got this block diagram, SFG signal flow graph, then the same part, that is first you are supposed to find out how many forward paths are there. So in this case you are finding this is a forward path, that is G1, G2, G3. So this is the first forward path. Second forward path is just coming here and going up. So G1, G4. So G1, G4 is another forward path. So there are 2 forward paths, and you are finding that the forward path is touching all the loops. So this is the best case, because in this case only you have to find P1. So delta 1 and delta 2 you will not have to find. So you are finding this is a forward path, and this forward path is touching all the loops, and the other forward path is also touching all the loops. So now you are finding how many individual loops are there. So we are finding there are 5 individual loops. The first one is L1, that is G1, G2, G3. Where is that? So this is the first one. So G1, G2, G3. So this thing. Okay. So this 1, G1, 1, G1. So this big loop, minus 1. Okay, so this is very big thing. Okay, so it is a loop which is spanning from node 1 to node 7, and everything will become minus because this is having a feedback of -1. So 1 G1, 1 G2, G3, G1, -1, like this. So this big loop is called as a first loop, loop 1. What is loop 2? G1, G2 minus H1. So this one. So this G1, G2 and minus H1. This is the second loop. Okay, what is L3? G2, G3 minus H2. So it is starting from here, node 3, and extended up to 7. So this is G2, G3 and minus H2. This is the third loop. What is the L4? L4 is G4 into 1. So it is going up. Okay, so it is going up. So from here 3 it is coming, then G4 and then 1 and then like this minus H2. Okay, so this loop generally you are not able to observe, so practice. This L4 generally you cannot observe because you will start thinking from here and nothing is coming back here, but you have to start from point 3. So point 3 to 4, then G4, then it is going up to point 6, and then from point 6 it is coming to minus H2. So what is the fourth loop? 1 G4, 1 and minus H2 likewise. Okay, and L5 is G1, G4 minus 1. What is G1, G4 minus 1? So you are finding this big loop. So it is starting from here, it is coming G1, then it is G4, and then it is 1, and then the whole feedback. Okay, so it is coming from here like this, then G4, then 1, and then the whole big thing like this. So these are the 5 loops, and there are no non-touching loops. So directly you can find out what is the transfer function. So this is P1 plus P2 because understanding is both the forward paths are touching all the loops. So you can find out that both the forward paths are having this as the main axis, forward axis, or this much part, and that is touching all the loops. So there is no loop which is not sharing a node with any of the forward paths. That means at least one node will be there which is common between each loop and the forward path. Okay, so that is the definition of overlap. What is meant by overlap? Overlap means when a forward path is having at least one common node with every loop, okay, then it is called that they are touching. So touching point is node. That means here you are finding all there are 5 loops and there are 2 forward paths. So each forward path is sharing at least one node with all the loops that you will find. So in that case, delta 1 and delta 2 will be equal to 1. So what is the transfer function directly? P1 plus P2 divided by 1 plus L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus L4 plus L5. And there are no pair of non-touching loops. So that's why there are only 6 terms in the denominator, 2 terms in the numerator. Numerical is done. So there is a second numerical which is also very special, and third numerical is too much special because it's the first time we are converting a circuit into a signal flow graph. So this is very important. So from circuit I can ask you convert this thing into block diagram and then solve, or from circuit I can ask you to convert it into signal flow graph and then you have to find what is the transfer function. So here the input is, and main thing you have to check that this is C1 and C2. There are only 2 energy storing element. So transfer function denominator will be having S square as the maximum power of S. So this we will see in transfer function. First thing, whatever is given, you have to convert that thing into Laplace domain because transfer functions we are finding in Laplace domain. So this R1 is R1, this VT, VIT, we call it VIS. So this is small VIT, this is capital VIS, this is small V0T, this is capital V0S. So whatever things are small in time domain, because this is time varying, they becomes big in Laplace domain. So this is small V0T because it is time varying, and here it becomes capital V0S. Here one node voltage is there which is defined as V, small v capital AT. So A is the suffix, this is A node, this has become VAS. So all these things you have to know. Then this I1T has become I1S, I2T has become I2S. Now how to write the equations of the node? So there will be 4 to 5 equations. How to write that? So it's only voltage current equations. Be careful. So I want your concentration. So first is VIS. This is the input. R1 will be same as R1 because Laplace does not change resistor. Capacitance C becomes 1 by Cs and inductor L becomes Ls. So this VAT becomes VAS. This C1 becoming 1 by C1S. This C2 become 1 by C2S, and this R2 is same as R2. I1T becomes I1S, I2T becomes I2S, VOT becomes VOS. Now these are the set of equations. There are four equations. Okay, so first equation is I1S. Concentrate how to find I1S. So what is the I1? I1 is the current flowing through R1. So it is going from left to right. So what will be the definition of I1? VIS minus VAS by R1. So you find here I1S is VIS minus VAS by R1. Now separate it out, that is VIS by R1 minus VAS by R1. This you have to remember, and this will lead to a signal flow graph. Be careful. How much is VAS? So VAS is nothing but this impedance multiplied by the current flowing through it. So how much is the current flowing through it? I1 minus I2 multiplied by multiplied by the impedance 1 by C1S. So what is VAS? VAS is nothing but this current. How much is this current? I1 minus I2S multiplied by impedance 1 by C1S. So you are finding here like that. What is VAS? VAS is this node voltage I1 minus I2. So I1 is coming from top to bottom, I2 is going from bottom to top. So whatever is the net current I1 minus I2S multiplied by impedance. So in Laplace domain also, every domain voltage is equal to current multiplied by impedance. So net current is I1S minus I2S multiplied by 1 by C1S. So if you separate it out, it will become I1S by C1S minus I2S by C1S. So this is the way you are supposed to represent. So if there are two loops like this, there will come four equations. Three loops, there might be 6 or 5 equations. Accordingly, we will see. What is I2S? What is I2S? So I2S is nothing but VAS minus VOS. So VOS is the voltage between these 2 points. So at this point, okay, across C2S, also the output voltage is VOS. So how can you define I2S? VAS minus VOS divided by R2. It is written like this: I2S is equal to VAS minus VOS by R2. There is another way of representing VOS, that is nothing but this current is also I2S. Whatever current is flowing through C2S, 1 by C2S is also I2S. So I2S is equal to VOS divided by 1 by C2S. That is also another way of representing. That is this current is nothing but this voltage divided by this impedance. So there are two ways you can represent output. So just check, VOS is equal to I2S into 1 by C2S. Another way. So this is the current I2S flowing through this 1 by C2S. So current multiplied by impedance is equal to voltage. So this is another way of representing VOS, that is I2S by C2S. And how much is I2S? I2S is VAS minus VOS divided by R2. So these are the four equations. In the next slide, I have shown this is the circuit from here. This is the four equations. Now just check. This is the real art. Okay, how can you get this signal flow graph from these four equations? So this requires practice. Okay, so this slide number 8 is very important, and whenever a numerical is important, I am putting some star here. Important means important for understanding. So don't tell me I am not setting paper or anything. This numerical is very important from understanding point of view. So whenever you find there is a star marked in some PPT or numerical, that means you have to understand it to the core. Now see how to show I1. Okay, so what you are saying that I1 is equal to VIS. So this is VIS is coming. Now just check this node. Okay, so I1 is a node kind of a thing. So VI divided by R1. This is the first thing. VI by R1 is coming, and minus, what is minus? What is the voltage here? What is the point here? VA. So VA minus R1 is coming to I1. So I am writing the equation of signal I1. So what is I1? This is VI by R1. It is coming here, and another signal is minus VA by R1. So at this point I1, there are two things coming. That is VI by R1 minus VA by R1, and you can see this equation. I1 is equal to VI by R1 minus VA by R1. So whenever this kind of ladder kind of thing is there, this is for ladder network. In that case, this is the way you are supposed to prepare the nodes. What is the first equation? I1, that is VI by R1 minus VA by R1. Now this is that I1 signal, and how it is produced? VI by R1 minus VA by R1. So this VA is coming from here. So this you have to name as VA. That is the thing. Then how to find VA? Okay, how many things are coming at this? So there are two things coming at the input. So what is VA? First one is I1 by C1S. So this is the first one, I1 by C1S. This is coming at this node. So only you have to take incoming. Don't think of this outgoing thing. Don't think of that. Okay, so only you take the incoming thing. So what all things are incoming, with that you are actually producing what is the equation of that node. So now you are writing a voltage equation. So I1 by C1s, so that is I1 by C1s, and you are finding the same thing here. So I2 by C1s, another thing is I2 by C1s with a negative sign. In that case you are giving this node name as I2. Okay, so this I2 by C1s negative is coming here. So V1 is equal to I1 by C1s minus I2 by C1s. So that is the second equation. What is the third equation? Third equation is I2s. So here you are finding how many inputs are coming. So one input is coming VA by R2. You are finding that I2s. So this node, how many inputs are there? Don't check the outputs. Okay. So V I2 is equal to VA divided by R2. So VA divided by R2 is coming here, and VO divided by minus R2. So you are finding here VA divided by R2. So this is VA coming with divided by R2 minus VO divided by R2. That is nothing but equal to I2s. So I2s is equal to VA by R2. This is VA by R2 minus VO divided by R2 minus VO by R2. And fourth thing is, what is VO? So VO is nothing but this is VO. So how many inputs are there? I2 into 1 by C2s. So only take the input things. VO is equal to I2 into 1 by C2s. So the same thing you are finding. VO is equal to I2 into 1 by C2s. So another rung, another ladder I put here, two more equation will get added. So if there are two loops, there are four equations. If there are three loops, there will be six equations. Then if I put another ladder here, there will come another loop like this, and then there will be the output. So this is the first thing you have to understand, that is how to convert a circuit into its Laplace circuit. From Laplace circuit you have to write current voltage accordingly, and then you have to convert that equations into a signal flow graph. So this is a real art. Please practice this numerical. It requires some kind of practice. Now whenever you are designing this kind of thing, after this everything else is easy, because we are finding there is only one forward path. So numerator will be 1 by C1s into 1 by C2s into 1 by R2. This will be the numerator. Okay, and this is 1 by R1 is there. So what will be the numerator? 1 by R1 into 1 by C1s into 1 by R2 into 1 by C2s. And you are finding there are three loops. So denominator will be 1 plus this loop plus this loop plus this loop, and you are finding that this first and third loop, they are non-touching. So there will be five components in the denominator. So first is 1 plus this loop gain plus this loop gain plus this loop gain plus loop gain of first and third, because these two loops are non-touching, because first loop is having these two nodes, third loop is having these two nodes, and there is no common node for first loop and third loop. So there will be five components in the denominator: 1 minus individual nodes plus two non-touching loops pair. So that is all. So I'll show you the final answer. So you're finding P1. So what is P1? 1 by R1 R2 C1 C2 S square. So this is 1 by R1, this is 1 by C1s, this is 1 by R2, this is 1 by C2s. That means 1 by R1 R2 C1 C2, and this S and this S, they are producing S square. What is L1? L1 is minus 1 by R1 C1s, you're finding here. What is L2? Minus 1 by R2 C1s, you're finding this. What is L3? Minus 1 by R2 C2s. And you are finding L1 and L3, they are non-touching. So it is written that there is one combination of non-touching loops taken two at a time, that is L1 and L3. That means minus minus plus 1 by C1 C2 R1 R2 S square. So 1 by C1 C2 R1 R2 S square. Determinant of SFG, I told you that there will be five terms in the denominator. So 1 minus, there are three loops plus N1 L1 L3. And numerator will be the same thing. And so if you just do this, so this will be the P1. How to find the transfer function? So this P1 divided by 1 plus this plus this value. And after that you have to just compensate for the numerator denominator, and finally you will be finding this term. So between this V0 by Vi, Pi delta I by delta, there is one or two more steps that I'm leaving up to you. If you just solve it, you'll be finding that the net transfer function will become this. It is not difficult. Only thing is you have to cancel. So numerator also there will be something by something. Denominator also there will be something by something. So you cancel all the denominators and it will come like this. Okay. And you are finding, most important thing is you are finding that denominator, what is the power of S? It is S square. That means maximum power of denominator equation So denominator is called as characteristic equation. So this all into s square plus this all into s plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, it is the characteristic equation, and you will be finding there are two poles in this case, because this is a second order system. Why second order system? Because if you look at the circuit, you will be finding there are only two capacitors, and capacitors are actually energy storing element. Resistors are not storing energy, so only the capacitors are storing energy. So that's why the power of s in the denominator is a square. That means it's a second order system. So all the things have fallen into place. Please practice this numerical, it is difficult. Next, this numerical, actually we have solved. It's a very easy numerical, but I have made it interesting because I'm not writing G1, G2, G3, G4. I'm writing everything in terms of gain. Okay, and this is something very different. थोड़ा अजीब दिखने वाला चीज. This is called a self loop, and this is a self loop with negative feedback. And why this is special? Because whenever I'm talking about this forward paths, what is the forward path gain? So there are two forward paths in this case. Directly I will go into it. Question is find cs by rs, and as everything is given in terms of some integer value, in this case you will be finding that cs by rs will be a figure. 10, 15, 20 कुछ तो होगा. Okay, so block reduction also I can ask you like this. Instead of g1, g2, h1, h2, I will give some integer values, or maybe some values I will give. Not necessarily it has to be integer, it can be any value. And this actually will give more chances of error, because what is a forward gain? So it is 1 into 5 into 4 into 2 into 10. So 1 into 5 into 4 into 2 into 10, it is 400. So what is the forward path gain? It is 400. There is another forward path. How much will be the gain? So 10 into 2 into 10. So it will be 200. Okay, so this is another forward path. So this kind of numerical will not get in the book. I generally ask this kind of thing to increase the amount of error that is possible. Because एक, दो या तीन छूट गया, sorry, and you'll be finding that the answer will be different. So there are two forward paths. First forward path is this 1, 5, 4, 2, 10, multiply 400. There is second forward path 10 to 10. This is 200. Okay. Then let us find out how many loops are there. So there is a first loop minus 4. This is the second loop 2 into minus 2 minus 4. This is a third loop or self loop. What is the definition of self loop? When the starting point and end point they are same, it is called as a self loop. So what is the gain of that? Self loop is minus 1. So one very important thing we are finding is all the loops are having negative feedback. That means in the denominator everything should be positive. Whenever there all the loops are having negative feedback, that means denominator will be all positive. This we will find out. So L3 is equal to minus 1, L1 is equal to minus 4, L2 is equal to minus 4, and there is combination of non-touching loop pair. So this loop, okay, so minus 4 and minus 1, they are non-touching. So what is the gain of their multiplication? So this is minus 4 and minus 1, this is 4. This is the first thing. So L1 and L3 they are non-touching, L1 and L3 they are non-touching. So this is 4 into minus 1 into minus 1, this is 4. 2 and 1, okay, so 2 and 3 I think. Okay, so this is L2 is 2 into minus 2, L3 is minus 1. So this 2 and 3 they are non-touching. So how much is the gain of multiplication? So 2 minus 2 minus 1, this is also equal to 4. And why is this loop and this loop non-touching? Somebody will say, sir, ये तो link है दोनों के बीच में, it is touching. It is not. What is the definition of non-touching loop? If they are not sharing a node. Okay, so this 1 and 2 is touching because this node is common for loop 1 and loop 2. So you cannot say that, sir, 1 and 2 are not touching loop. They are not non-touching. They are actually touching because they are sharing a common node. But if you see L3 and L2, L3 is having these two nodes, and L2 is having these two nodes, and L3 is having only one node. So that's why they are not touching. So how many combination or how many pairs of non-touching loop? There are two pairs, L1 L3 and L2 L3, and both are having gain multiplication of 4. And 3 non-touching loops are not there, and you are finding the forward path is touching all the loops, but there is a problem. Just see this forward path, that is forward path 2. Okay, it is not touching this L1. Okay, so this is not touching this path L1. This forward path, this one, this one, this one, this is not touching the L1. And you are finding that this forward path below, this is not touching L3. Okay, so there are two delta. There are two delta because number of forward path is equal to number of delta. So this first forward path is not touching this. That means this first forward path, that is 400 multiplied by 1 plus 1, that will come in the numerator. And this forward path, P2, okay, is not touching this. That means 1 plus 4, that is 5, that will come in the numerator. Let us go in the next page and let us find out what is it. So delta, I have found 1 minus of minus 4 for this, minus 4 for this, and minus 1 for this. So this is 1 minus all these things plus these two are non-touching, so this is making 4. These two are non-touching, this is making another 4. So if you add all this, it becomes 18. And see that these two terms, okay, these two terms, 400. What is 400? This is the thing. This is the thing which is having gain of 400. Okay, and multiplied by 1 plus 1 minus non-touching loop. So this is 1 minus of this minus 1. That's why it is becoming 1 plus 1. So now we have done enough, we are experienced enough. So directly by looking at it, we should be able to write down. Not necessary that we will first find delta, then we will say that this delta is not touching, this forward path is not touching this loop and make it equal to 0. All those things you do in the exam, but now you should be a little faster. Okay, so what we have to say is this is the forward path which is not touching this minus 1. So the delta 1 will be 1 minus of minus 1, that is 1 plus 1. Plus this is the forward path, that is 10 into 2, which is not touching this loop. So that is 1 plus of 4 minus 1. So that is 1 plus of 4, that is 5. It should come as a delta 2 for forward path P2. So now this 400 into 2 and 200 into 5, you just calculate it. This becomes 1800. Denominator is 18. That is 1 minus 3 individual loop plus 2 pairs of non-touching loops. So the whole value is there and final value is 100. So whenever I give this kind of numerical to you, CS by RS, I first check whether you have found the value as 100 or not. If you have found it correct, I will go ahead. If not, if this is not 100, this answer is not correct, then I will go to the previous pages and I'll keep on checking every stage, stage by stage, whether all this L1, L2, L3 is correct, whether this non-touching loop L1, L3 or L2, L3, they are correct or not, and depending on that, the part marking will be done. So then there are two more numericals only in 2 slides. So we're having 5 minutes. Let us see how it is. So directly we will do it. Okay. So in this case, you are finding there are 3 forward paths. So what is the first forward path? G1, G3, G3, G1, G2, G3, G4, like this. Or better than forward path, first let us find out how many loops are there. So we are finding there are 2 loops. Okay. So this is the first loop. G2H1, and this is negative, that's why it will become 1 plus G2H1. So this is minus G2H1, so that's why it will become 1 plus G2H1. This is another thing, G5. So you are finding this is forward path and this is positive feedback. Whenever there is a positive feedback, it will generate a negative sign in the denominator. So this is minus G5, okay, because this is a forward path with, sorry, this is a feedback path with positive feedback. So this is minus G5. And these 2 loops are non-touching. These 2 loops are non-touching. So plus of their gain multiplication. What is that? G2 G5 into minus H1. So it is minus G2 G5 H1. So this is the first thing you are supposed to find out. That is a delta. So there are 2 loops, and one loop is having negative feedback, one loop is having positive feedback. So whichever is having negative feedback, that becomes positive. Whichever is having positive feedback, that will become negative. And these 2 loops are not touching, so plus of their loop gains. So as this is negative, this is positive, this minus sign will come. Okay, so this is denominator. Now top part, forward path, G1, G2, G3, G4. So G1, G2, G3, G4, and it is touching both the loops, because these 2 nodes are common for forward path, and this node is common between the self loop and the forward path. So there is no any loop which is not touched by this forward path. Hence, for the G1, G2, G3, G4 forward path, delta 1 is equal to 1, because this forward path is touching both the loops. What is the second path? G1, G6, G4. Where is that? This is G1 and this is G6 and this is G4. Okay, so this G6 and G7, they are also forward in direction. So G1, G6 and G4. And this G1, G6, G4 forward path is also touching both the loops, because G1, G6, G4, this node is common, this X4 node is common for G1, G6, G4 forward path and this self loop. And this G1 node, okay, sorry, X2 node, this X2 node is also common between this forward path G1, G6, G4 and this loop. That means both these loops are touching the forward path at least at one node. That means for this G1, G6, G4, we are finding that the delta 2 will be equal to 1 because this forward path is touching all the nodes. Lastly, last forward path G1, G7. G1, G7 is touching the first forward path, first loop, but G1, G7 is not touching the second loop, and second loop is having gain of G5, and this is positive feedback. That's why whenever I'm writing G1, G7, 1 minus of loop gain, okay, so 1 minus of loop gain means 1 minus of G5. So this term will come. Again, I'll repeat, this is the first forward path G1, G2, G3, G4. It is having node common with first and second loop. Second forward path G1, G6, G4. This is having this X2 node common with first loop, X4 node common with second loop. That's why delta 2 also is equal to 1. Third forward path G1, G7. This is having no nodes common with the self loop, but this is having the first node X2 node common with the first loop. Hence this part G5. Okay, so 1 minus of loop gain G5, this will come in the numerator. So I have shown you the result in one shot, but whenever you are doing it in the exam, you do it in detail. So this is the answer given, but in exam you cannot write it like that. In that case, we will give you only 2 or 3 marks for the final answer, but you have to show all the intermediate parts, all the L1, all L2, L3, non-touching, and then what is the how many pairs are there which are non-touching, then what is delta 1, what is delta 2, what is delta 3, and their explanation, and finally you have to write x5 by x1. So x5 by x1 you have to write. Last numerical, this is very special because x5 node is output node as well as x5 is the self loop. Okay, likewise. So how many forward paths are there? So there are 2 forward paths, x1, x2, so x3, x4, x5. So this is 1 into G2 into G3 into G4. So G1, G2, G3, G4. So this is G1 into G2 into G3 into G4. This is the first forward path. Okay, how many loops are there? There is only one loop you are finding here, and there are 2 loops actually. So this is the first loop, G3 into G4 into H1, and this is actually the forward. In denominator, minus G2, G5, H1. In the denominator, minus G2, G5, H1. Please explain. Okay, so this G2, H1 and this G5, these are 2 non-touching loops. Understandable. So 1 minus of individual loops. So there are 2 individual loop. That's why 1 minus of first loop inside bracket minus H1 G2. If you take it outside bracket, it will become 1 plus G2 H1. Inside bracket there will be G5. Okay, and that when comes outside the bracket, it will be this. So these 2 G2 H1 and G5, there are individual loops. Okay, and then plus of multiplication of 2 non-touching loops. Okay, multiplication of loop gains of 2 non-touching loops. So G5, G2, H1, they are non-touching. That's why this third term is coming. This is not a loop. This is the multiplication of gain of 2 non-touching loops. Okay, such many numericals we have done. So here this first loop and second loop, they are non-touching. If there was another loop here, okay, next term would have been minus of multiplication of gain of 3 non-touching loops. Likewise, so many numericals are done. Those who are asking this, you are not able to understand, means you are not looking at the previous numerical. So the rule is denominator 1 minus individual loop gain, addition of that, plus multiplication of 2 non-touching loop gains minus multiplication and addition of 3 non-touching loop gains, and it will go on. So this G2, G5, H1 is multiplication of loop gain of first loop and second loop, and it is like this. So plus of minus G2 H1 multiplied by G5. That's why this term is coming. It's not difficult. Same thing here. Here you are finding that this is one loop, G3, G4, H1, and this is minus because this is a positive feedback, and this G5 is also positive feedback. That's why it is coming to be minus G5. Plus something we are not writing because in this case, this loop and this loop, they are touching. In the previous case, you could find that this loop and this loop, they are non-touching. Hence, this fourth term had come in the denominator. But in this case, you are finding this is one loop, that is gain is G4, G3, G4, H1 minus. This is another loop, that is minus G5, plus their gain multiplication has not come because this X5 node is common between these 2 loops. Okay, so there's the understanding, and there are two forward paths. One is G1, G2, G3, G4, G1, G2, G3, G4. Another is G1, G2, and G1 and G6 into G4. So G1 and G6 into G4. So G1, G2, G3, G4 is one forward path. Another is G1, G6, G4. This is another forward path, and the argument is both the forward paths are touching both the loops. Okay, so if you're saying this loop G1, G6, G4, and it is ending at X5. The first loop G1, G2, G3, G4 is ending at X5. That means this X5 node at least is touched by both the forward paths. So there is a complex looking system, but you are finding there is a very easy answer because there are only two forward paths, and each forward path is touching all the nodes in both the loops. So that means delta 1 is equal to delta 2 is equal to 1 in this case. So 6 numericals are solved today. We are not going to solve any more numerical on signal flow graph. So I'm declaring